Old Alabama Gardener on growing and cooking yellow crookneck squash. You know what I always say, water it well and watch it grow. The first white material that I'm putting in the pot is triple 13 fertilizer. The second white material is azomite. And here you get to see a soil block with the roots of the plant coming out the sides of it. Now here I got them all potted up, and I'll let them grow for a week or so in these pots so they can get reestablished. To keep my video from getting too long, I'm not going to show you digging the holes and actually putting the plants in the ground. The white PVC frame with 1/4-inch bird netting stretched over it is an attempt to keep the squash vine borer out of those plants. This squash is an heirloom variety, and it's real warty when it gets large, and I save the seeds from year to year on this one. Now here's a squash that's joined together. I imagine it's something that goes on in the bloom that causes that. This real yellow or orangey looking one here, I'm letting it grow to seed. That's why it's so large. Now notice I'm slicing these almost maybe a 1/2 inch thick, and you'll see as I start to cook it why I'm doing that. The old southern way of cooking squash is to roll it in cornmeal and fry it, and here's the cornbread muffin mix that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use a 1/2 cup of the cornmeal mix and 1/4 cup of just regular all-purpose flour, and then you can do salt and pepper if you like. Now 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour and put it in the bag and thoroughly shake them around, mix them up good. Now add your cut squash to the bag, and I usually put quite a bit in, and then we'll shake it real good to get it all coated. You know this little tip about using a wooden cooking chopstick to test your oil. When it's sizzled, the oil's ready. Now you want to put layers in the skillet, and I've got about maybe 3, possibly 4 layers of cut squash in this skillet. Yeah, I know, I probably got a little bit too much oil in the skillet, but we'll go with it. As the squash begins to cook, just take your spatula and just kind of keep turning it and moving it around. Now I'm not trying to cook or fry each individual piece of squash to where it would be crispy, but you'll see as it develops here. Okay, now we're done. We're ready to get it out of the skillet. Let me get me a fork and let's give it a taste. That's good.